Hello there, it's Deirdre here, and today I'm just here to announce that today it's an exciting day because the planet Jupiter is moving out of Taurus and into Gemini. So Jupiter changes signs of the zodiac around approximately every 12 to 13 months. So once a year, he changes signs more or less. And so he has a year's influence over us in whatever sign of the zodiac he's sitting in. So for the last year, we have had Jupiter in Taurus, which has been all about expanding upon our needs for security, our needs for money, our need to feel stable and secure within our lives, and our awareness of what we can bring to the table and what we are good at, what we're capable of, that can add to the big picture and create a better future for all of us. So we've all got to grow a bit more in our gifts and talents, and also in defining our security a bit more. I mean, I've talked to you about this before and talked about how the only real security in this lifetime is inner peace. Nothing beats that. And so, but with that strong Taurus energy, we tend to look for our security in money and in material assets, much more so than in how we feel on the inside of ourselves. So during this last year of transiting Jupiter through Taurus, hopefully we've all learned a whole lot more about creating that real security, of feeling good within yourself, of putting a worth on yourself, of actually knowing what you're capable of, and that being enough to create that security, rather than looking for other people to bring that to you, or other people to build you up, or other people to support you and look after you. We've all sort of learning a lot about standing on our own 2 feet and being the wind beneath our own wings. So what's going to be great about when Jupiter moves into Gemini is that we're going to go from all of this wondering and solidifying and making things solid into taking action off everything that we've been working on while we've had the last year of Gemini and Taurus. So we get to take that self-worth that we've worked on, that ability to be very methodical, to work hard, to have structures, have foundations for what we want to do. And now we get to take action on all of those things. So this is going to be really positive. And because Gemini energy rules communication, this is going to be a time when it's going to be a lot easier to speak up about everything. So while, Taurus rules the throat area. So Taurus energy kind of often Taurian people find that what they want to say gets this far and then it can't quite come out. So once Gemini comes out, no problem. It will be able to speak about anything and everything. And also, which is really important too, be more able to ask for help and ask for the direction, the support, or the guidance that we need at any time. So as we have this explosion of communication around the world with the next year of Jupiter and Gemini, a lot will be opened up. A lot will be spoken about that wasn't spoken about before. A lot will be said that couldn't be said before. And as all of this comes out, there's going to be a lot of revelations. But what is designed to happen here is that the more we talk about things, the more we discuss them, the more we get to see how similar we are to each other, as opposed to being divided. And the powers that be love nothing more than to keep us divided, because that means that we do all the hard work for them. So when we've got Jupiter and Gemini, we're going to come together. We're going to discuss things and actually start to see, okay, I might not be on the same page with you about this particular subject, but on other subjects I am. So let's look at what we've got in common and how we can make that grow, as opposed to looking at the things that keep us apart and how to make that division even bigger. So it's going to be a wonderful time for knowledge coming out all over the place. So the power of knowledge and the power of communicating that knowledge. So don't be afraid to speak up. I mean, Gemini energy being an air sign, it's kind of similar to Aquarius because it's an air sign as well, but also because they're both very innovative energies. They're not scared to come up with new solutions to old problems. They're not scared to think outside the box, and they're not scared to then take those ideas or notions, particularly Gemini, and then put them into action. It's the one thing I admire the most about Gemini people is their can-do attitude. They don't ever think for 1 minute when they're asked to do something or given a new opportunity or see something new. They don't stop and think, oh, what if I'm no good at it? Oh, I might fail. No, they just think, oh, that's interesting. I'll give it a go. And if they don't do well at it, or if they do fail, they don't care. They just move on to the next thing. And that's a really positive way to be. We should all be a bit more Gemini in that respect. But one of the other challenges with Jupiter and Gemini to be aware of is that Gemini energy loves a good story. And it loves to make up stories. So what you often find, you Gemini people listening, is that when you don't have all your facts and all of your information or data about something, you can make up the missing link. Like that, say you've got a jigsaw puzzle and you've got a couple of pieces missing. You're very good at creating the picture or the story that then makes that jigsaw puzzle fit into that story. And what you don't really care about, or that you need to be more aware of, is sometimes that piece of jigsaw puzzle that you found is from another jigsaw puzzle. It might fit if you push it in hard enough, but it actually isn't part of that story. So it's a good time to be aware of absolutely communicating, absolutely speaking up, but making sure that you're speaking what is truthful. And not just telling people what you think they need to hear, which is kind of the most negative attribute of Gemini energy, is that ability to take the truth, take information and sort of turn it a little bit or manipulate it a little bit so it suits you better. That's not being truthful, and that's not being transparent. So absolutely take your facts, develop them, look at them, but don't blow them out of proportion. Don't come home after a fishing trip with a fish this big when it was actually only that big. Got to be honest, you've got to be open. So this is going to be a really good time, I feel, for humanity to really start to celebrate their differences and start to see how the fact that I'm different to you means that you bring something different to the table for me to explore. Not I'm different to you, so we can't possibly look at those differences. We're going to really feel a lot more confident in being able to work at those sorts of things, bring them out, and really use them to bring ourselves, bring this world, bring our communities together to create a wonderful future. So enjoy this transit. It's going to be a 12 to 13 month one, but it's going to be a good one. See you next time.